Hi everyone. I recently did an experiment that I'd tell everybody about. I brewed two beers. They're sitting in front of me. They were made the same way. They both have 9 pounds of base malt, 2 pounds of victory malt, and 3 ounces of hops. The hops were Cascade hops, 1 ounce for bittering, 1 ounce for aroma, and 1 ounce was dry hopped. The difference between these two beers is this one is a lager, this one was an ale. This used a lager yeast. It was fermented at 54 degrees and then aged for 4 weeks at 32 degrees. This was an ale. It was fermented at room temperature and aged at room temperature and then cold aged for about 2 weeks. They're both 43 degrees Fahrenheit right now, which is where I like my beers to be. This is the first time I've tasted my beers, and I thought I'd share it with you so we can all learn the difference between a lager and ale, because other than that, these are identical beers. First, we'll start with the lager. I first noticed there's, even though this was dry hopped, I really don't smell any hops upon picking up the glass. It's a good beer. The bitterness from the hops is pronounced. It's very smooth. It's smooth and bitter, and it's a good tasting beer. We'll taste the ale next. Instantly, I know there's a good amount of hops in here, and you can just smell the citrus and the floral scent from the Cascade hops. It's not as smooth as the lager. It's more crisp and dry. There's not a whole lot of sweetness in either one of these two beers, but the flavor difference I notice is from the hops. It's much more evident in the ale, and not in the bitterness. They're about just as bitter each beer, but there's a flavor profile that's absent in the lager. That being said, I think we can say that the difference between the lager and the ale is the flavor profile of the hops. That and the lager is a little smoother to drink, where the ale is a little bit more crisp and bright, almost a dry finish to it. Thanks for watching.